What's going on, everybody? Let's talk about updates, specifically my updates, and how I figured out that I know nothing. Right? My name is Ghost. I am the owner of Jack Pokey, startup business out of Virginia Beach. Right? So, my updates. Right? I'm stressed out. Starting a Pokemon business is tough. It is difficult. It is hard. Whatever adjective that you want to use. It's that, right? But just to update y'all, like, so I put in the paperwork for my LLC, right? Waiting to hear back from that. Selling cards on TCG Player singles just to get my feet wet with the actual business, selling, the costs and everything like that associated with a business and shipping things. uh, Working on my website, which is taking forever, and also being a full time dad, full time husband, full time job, full time school. It's a lot. But if you're not willing to put in the work, then why are you doing it, right? So that's my motivation. That is definitely my motivation. Is that I am willing to put in the work. I am willing to do what it takes to make my dream a reality. I've always wanted to own a business. I just never knew what business I wanted to own. But, I got back into collecting Pokemon cards not too long ago, and I'm like, man, I definitely remember the nostalgia of it, of opening the packs and everything like that. And I could definitely make a business out of this, of selling, sealed product, catering to collectors and everything like that. So that's just, where I'm at with why I'm doing everything, and why I'm so stressed out. Like, so I started selling on TCG Player, right? Sold like maybe 15, 20 cards on TCG Player so far. I started like maybe 2 weeks ago. But one of the biggest things that definitely stressed me out was shipping. For some reason, I could not understand how to ship something, and it seems so simple, right? So I've shipped things before, right? Don't get me wrong. I've definitely shipped things before, but I usually take what I want, go to the post office, get a box from there, and have the attendant tell me step by step what to do and everything like that. But doing it for doing it for a business, right? You got to think about costs and everything like that. So I'm thinking about, okay, so what's this cheapest way to ship this, and what do I need for this, and what do I need for that? I definitely ate some of the costs starting out, right? Just getting all the materials that I needed to do everything. And I think I got a pretty decent packaging, but it's definitely the cost, figuring out, okay, so this card costs this much while I have shipping with this much, but when my shipping cost is this, how do I still make a profit? And yeah, trying to figure that out definitely rattled my brain. um Another thing that definitely is stressing me out right now is just the time. The time it takes to do everything. Not saying that it's tedious, but it's just the amount of time. Like I said before, I'm a full time everything. Dad, husband, school, job, full time everything, and still trying to start a Pokemon business. So after I finish everything, I still got to turn around and make content, work on my website, work on my LLC. Well, that's out of my hands now. It's with the state, but it definitely takes a lot of time, man. I'm up late most nights, going through cards, posting inventory on TCG Player until I get my other stuff figured out. and also looking up different card shows and stuff to go to, uh, potential vendors for Japanese wholesale, talking to a couple people about English distro and everything like that. So it definitely takes a lot of time, man. And if you're somebody that wants to get into a business like this or any business at all, just understand the amount of time that you're going to sacrifice to even start the business, and it's not going to go away. It's definitely not going to go away. It could potentially increase depending on the volume, that you're selling at, but it's definitely not going to go away. And that's something that you're going to have to come to terms with. If you're not willing to put in the work, then why are you doing it in the first place? Are you following the hype, or are you just, oh, this is pretty cool. Oh, let me try this out. I don't have the money to think that it's pretty cool and just try it out. So definitely, I'm jumping head first into it, and I'm not throwing wet paper at a wall and hoping it sticks, but I'm definitely jumping head first and gonna do everything in my power to make sure that it works out. Because I'm definitely putting in too much time right now for it not to work out. Um, but then again, like I always revert back to something that somebody told me, and it's the only way that you're guaranteed to fail is to not try. When you don't try, you fail 100% of the time. When you try, you don't know. It's a To break it down to bare bones, it could be 50-50. 50-50 you make it, 50% you make it, 50% you don't. And the 50% that you don't, you just learn from it and then try again. Then it could drop to a 80-20, 90-10, however which way. So just go for it, man. If this is something that you want to do, take my advice. Do your research. Definitely do your research about what you're getting into, but just go for it, man. Why not? Why not? There's nothing, stopping you. The restrictions. It's just paperwork. Paperwork that you can pay somebody to do or that you can do yourself. I'm not savvy with law and paperwork and everything like that. So when I did my LLC, I used a whole like registered agent website thing or whatever, and I did it that way. So they handled all of that paperwork for me. I just had to put in all my information. Um, so yeah, that's done. Uh, Learning how to ship stuff was a complete mess. Um, the card prices and everything like that. I watched a couple videos on that, how people did their stuff on TCG Player. Um, Another video that I definitely, or not video, but content creator that has helped me out a lot, and obviously he doesn't know that, is Pokini. I've watched countless of his videos on how to start a Pokemon business, and his videos definitely helped me out a lot and continue to help me. And so yeah, like I'm here. I'm here. I'm stressed out, but I'm loving it actually. So if this is something that you want to do, you know, come on, take the journey with me. I'll be updating on everything that comes my way and keeping you guys up to date on everything. So by all means, take the journey with me. Hopefully, we go it together. You surpass me. You're with me. However which way it goes, I'm pretty chill. So hit me up by all means. But yeah, that's my update for now. Uh, Websites that I use so far, um, most definitely Wix for my website. I'm building my website on Wix, and then once I get everything like compiled and ready to go, then I could finally launch that website. I did my, what's it called, Gmail, well, not Gmail, but my official business email through Gmail. So I have a business email um, with my unique domain, jackpokey.com. So my unique domain words. My unique domain is done, secured. LLC with the state. Email done. Website working on it. Um, Getting my feet wet with selling on TCG, going to card shows, talking to people, uh, get myself, my business, my brand out there. Um, so yeah, that's my update for right now. Definitely gonna keep you guys in the loop. Any questions, hit me up. Any advice, hit me up. Um, my socials will be down in the description. Uh, Not an editing genius, so eventually I'll figure out how to put it in the video itself. But as for right now, yeah, no, don't know how to do that. But guarantee you, there's a YouTube video for it. So definitely gonna learn how to do that. Um, Other than that, yeah, there's no really updates. I had a great journey together experience camping out for the first time in a long time since like 2017, 17, 18, something like that for Black Friday. I camped out at like Target or something like that. Um, yeah, pulled a couple good cards. Almost finished with my 151 common uncommon master set. Waiting for that Aerodactyl to pop out, but haven't found it yet. I might just order it off a TCG player. But that's about it, man. Uh, Stay tuned for the next video and have a good one. Peace.